Welcome back, everybody, to Jackstream DCEU part whatever the fuck this is on. This is Phase 4, Part 2. Here we go. So, before we get into this, if you haven't watched the other ones, definitely check them out. I think they're some of the most interesting things we've done. Most unique anyway, but...
It's our most watched playlist, like people who actually go through our playlist.
Oh, really? So, thank you guys for that. But, so on our last one, we talked about a couple projects really quickly for Phase 4. It was Hawkman and Hawkgirl, Gotham Knight, Joker, Atom, Justice Society of America, Martian Manhunter, New Gods, and Teen Titans. And I bring this up because I'm introducing a new plot line, two plot lines. It's following a bit of Marvel. So one is the multiverse. I think that even though it is what Marvel is doing, I'm not trying to completely copy them. It's pretty smart because why would you start with the multiverse? But I'm also starting with a grounded story, and so just know that the Atom and then Teen Titans, Cyborg 3, all play into that one, and then yeah, and that's all you need to know for now. Now let's get into it, starting with Dr. Fate 2, which is going to play a very similar role as Doctor Strange 2, as it's kind of going to be the opening of the multiverse. Spoiler alert, but there's going to be a twist in the final set of movies that is going to reveal that certain projects like Hawkgirl and Justice Society of America, which were not specified then, but they take place on different Earths. And so it's just going to be like, yo, what? That's it. So he's facing a villain called Wotan. We're running out of names here. Villains. So she was once a villain of the Justice Society of America, and so she's from a different Earth, and it kind of teases it. And then it gets kind of dark, but this is the comic story, so I'm just gonna go with it. She was kidnapped, and then she was beat, and so and when she was saved by a mysterious figure who had multiversal powers, she kind of became crazy and fell into a trap. And you can kind of play with those themes. You know how cults will prey on people who are low?
Yeah.
That type of thing. And so she's evil now. And then so Dr. Fate kind of has to stop her. And as we do this, we explore the multiverse. We learn about all that stuff as he struggles with his importance, being that he deals with such a large thing. He feels like a step disconnected from reality. Mm-hmm. And it's not good for him. Not good for humans. You need to talk to people. And so... Oh, wait, no. I lied. This is when we reveal that Hawkman and Justice Society of America are on a different Earth.
Okay.
I guess that makes sense, because she's from that Earth. And then, so the post-credit scene would see Dr. Fate open a portal into, a fourth dimension where he kind of sees the multiverse, which is physically realized. Mm-hmm. Kind of went to Jeff Goldblum there for a second. Right on the nose.
How would it be physically realized, right?
Just get Christopher Nolan. I like what he did.
Okay.
4D. No, I mean, I don't know. Because now...
Did you do a Loki thing?
Fucking Marvel... Oh, well, Marvel kind of took it. I don't know. You could just do what DC did, where it's like a shot, and then there's an Earth, there, and an Earth there, and there, and there, and there, and there. It's small. Mm-hmm. It's just a black line.
Yeah.
So... that is Dr. Fate number 2. I think it'd be cool. And he has a cool gold shiny helmet, which makes it all the better. We then have Swamp Thing, which would be a psychological body horror miniseries that explores what humiliation and isolation can do to someone. There's a beauty in the beast, and but it's kind of twisted, and he's an anti-hero in a way.
I'm pretty sure that's kind of what happened in the show.
I never watched the show.
I didn't watch it either, but from what I understand.
Then just take what they were gonna do with the show. I don't know how much they filmed. You can just take those.
Yeah, I heard the show was really good.
And so this, I don't know why. I think it got canceled for budgetary reasons.
Yeah, it cost too much.
So, in this world, they're very successful, so they can do this. And because we're dealing with the multiverse, this is what Marvel started doing. Completely disconnected. I don't even know if I want them to play into the big finale event that we're going to get to. Mm-hmm. But because of how big of a finale event it's going to be, a cameo or something. But I think it's more interesting to just kind of explore a fascinating character than tie it into anything. But no matter if he's in that or not, this show itself would be a miniseries that's tied to absolutely nothing. In the post-credit, it would reveal it's on a different Earth. In the post-credit 2 would be a tease to the villain called Nuke Face. And then maybe we would get a season 2 if the budgetary doesn't get in the way. We then have my what if, which is going to be Elseworlds. So I couldn't really think of like 10 episodes, but I'd want it to be like 10 episodes. But I got a couple that'd be cool. Gotham by Gaslight, which I mentioned in the podcast, which you should check out anywhere you listen to podcasts, in the What Are We Watching section. There was a comic that essentially is just like Batman in the 1800s and Jack Ripper's the villain. Cool. These could be animated. They could be like an hour long. I think you could fit a really fascinating story in there. Mm-hmm. We then have Superman Red Sun, which is another one that I happened to recently watch, but I just think it's a cool Elseworlds story where if he was in Russia instead of America. But in the comic, I don't know if it's the same in the comic and the show, or the movie, but in the movie, they don't really commit to it. He's a good guy at the end of the day. And then there's a clone of Superman who's he's a bad guy. So it's not the Russian Superman. Make him evil. Like, let's go for it. We have and then we have Amazonia, which is an Elseworlds story. Oh god, why are there so many things? So pretty much it takes place in the Victorian era, and Trevor is a complete dickhead. Steve Trevor. Yeah. Because he's a man from the 1800s and he found a woman. And that would tie in to Gotham by Gaslight, being that they're around the same era. And then, I don't know, I just came up with ones that...
If Bruce's parents never died.
I mean, I don't know, man. You could do you could do that, because, spoiler, but at least for now I don't have Flashpoint. But I you know what, we may have to. I don't know. Anyway, but so you could do that. You could do, I don't know, I mean, I had what if Aquaman never left Atlantis, so he becomes the ruler, and then what does he do? Being that he's very powerful, what would he do? Mm-hmm. I don't know, probably destroy the surface world.
Probably.
Then we have Green Lantern Evil Might. So this, once again, is another story in the 1800s. You could tie it in, I don't know, but if Alan Scott, the original one, he's the one in my Justice Society of America, became Green Lantern at the 1800s, New York. And so it's a gang and a mob movie episode, whatever. Could make it The Sopranos. Mm-hmm. Which I've never seen. Then you have like episode 6, which could be like if Dr. Savannah was Shazam or something like that. Like what would have happened if he got what he wanted? Would he become evil? Mm-hmm. What would that look like? Answer's yes. It would have been cool if we saw like a very overpowered evil Shazam, which I guess is Black Adam. But I don't know.
But it'd be cool to have a smart one.
Yeah, not The Rock. Dude. No, actually cool.
Who thinks he has Superman's powers?
Yeah, bro, I can make the Earth go backwards. Which shouldn't be a Superman power. Booster Gold. Oh, if Booster Gold fucked up and then like went too far back, or you could just have like a cool thing where he's like going to the ancient Egypt and like what does that do if we have like Back to the Future logic or something like that, something cool like that. Raven goes with Trigon, maybe goes with her father, goes evil. Kingdom Come, Superman come, yeah, that's it, right? Superman or everyone's
the way
evil.
You just said "come" like made me kind of scared for a second.
I don't know really what that is. I think it's like everyone's evil, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's evil then. And then and then you could have episode 10 being the collapse, so it all falls together, and then you kind of see them come together, and then you're like, wait, why did that happen? And all will be revealed, my friend. We'll talk about that. Not in this part, though, unfortunately. We then have Superman 4. So this film will deal with Superman and all the effects from Justice League 3 and number 4. It's going to have like the Superman we introduced then that are alive still, which is Supergirl, Steel, Superboy, and Cyborg Superman. And then Supergirl is going to play a very minor role because she's getting a TV series or a mini series. And you could play with like him settling down. It could be a very like, he retires. Yeah, small scale, kind of emotional like end for him. And then, the main villain is Parasite. So he just settles down with Lois. And also this is where Lex Luthor would finally die. I think it'd be symbolic that both Superman and Lex go down at the same time, even though Superman isn't dying.
Are you gonna do the thing where people think like Batman's dead, where they think Superman's dead?
You could do Captain America. He's on the moon.
Yeah.
No, I mean he obviously. I think it'd be cool that maybe the effects of the mother box or something he did like aged him up just so we can get like an older Superman. So like he has to suit up, but he doesn't really want to and all that. And he's older and he's trying to mentor like Superboy and figure everything out there and then like all that. And so he's dealing with grief, and I think it'd be cool to see like he's actually like really upset that Batman died. Even though they have a good relationship, but like we had Batman v Superman and then Justice League, so it's like like they really did care for each other. So it's like I think that'd be cool. And so he settles down. We'd have a post credit would be a Superman tease, and then Superboy taking up the mantle, but he wouldn't be Superman, but just like he's like the Superman figure now. We then have Shazam 3. So this is him finally facing Black Adam, his greatest enemy. He's brutal, he's relentless, and he's a villain. Straight up villain. Not an anti-hero. He kills, and he likes it.
Good. That's what it's supposed to be.
But he can be played by The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock could play him.
Put him in his place.
Yeah.
No, Rock.
Fuck you, Rock.
You're getting the elf ears, and you're gonna be evil, man.
You should put hair on The Rock, though, instead. Not make him bald.
Yeah, we'll do his 90s cut when he's like...
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, I'd like the team in here. It makes sense. But I've also really maybe Shazam finally being on his own.
You could do something cool where Black Adam uses some, because they obviously have sorcery, some more sorcery where he cuts off the rest of them and he's by himself.
I think I got it. So Black Adam is very powerful. He's 20 more times powerful than Shazam, but that's because Shazam split up his power. So he's like, if we're going to do this, I kind of need the powers or whatever. You can write them off using that. And then, of course, that gives him, maybe maybe The Rock. Maybe Black Adam knows that, and so, he has to go back to try to protect them, and he kind of has that threat again. But he's he doesn't know what he'd do if he lost any one of them. And then the final face-off, nobody would die. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll kill off, the oldest one or something. I don't know. Maybe kill someone off. But the point is, Black Adam lives, and Shazam lives. And then the post-credit would see Black Adam in a new kingdom. And then the second one would be the tease of this mystery figure that will be playing out throughout the next couple movies into the second to last big event, which we'll obviously get to in a second. We then have Booster Gold 2. This is kind of... This page is kind of like the sequels, I think. Maybe the next one. No, this page is a lot of sequels. Okay. So this would be more time traveling. So we have this would have some cameos in it from Blue Beetle, Mara, not played by Amber Heard.
Amelia Clark.
It's hard writing stuff about Mara in this because I can't separate her from Amber Heard.
Separate the art from the artist.
But when it's Amber Heard...
yeah, I'm saying, I'm also making a joke because her acting's really shit.
Oh, yeah, you suck at acting, you're a horrible person. Martian Manhunter, Batgirl, and Our Man. And the villain is his father from the future because he's time traveling and shit. And his dad's mad at him, and he has to confront where he came from because he left that in his first movie and never went back. And he's been running from it ever since he was running from it in Justice League. He was running it from it in this movie. And so he has to confront that, and his father is the physical embodiment of that. Yes, I think... Okay, I don't know if he has him. Supernova? Maybe? I don't know. I can't really read my handwriting there, but it's his dad. Okay. You get the gist. And then, because of his time travel, we get... The post-credit would just be the multiverse... Or not the multiverse. The timeline is breaking. So, not only is the multiverse splitting, but the timeline itself inside of the multiverse is breaking. Then the Supergirl series. So, episode 1, we're kind of be catch up on the character. We met her, I believe we met her in Superman 3, but she wasn't big in that, or Justice League 3-4, or Superman 4. So, we kind of get caught up on everything. And then it's I'd say 8 episodes, maybe more if you want to do, and it'd be 2 storylines. So the first would be an adaptation of Red Daughter of Krypton, where essentially she gets the Red Ring, and that's anger and rage. So we deal with that. And then the second half would be her finding this planet, and there's like an old friend there, and then we get some revelations about her. Her name is Lesla Lar. Yeah, that's it. And obviously she also has to deal with the fact that she was just an angry rage monster for a whole entire story arc of like 3, 4, 5 episodes, whatever you want to do. And then the post-credit would see Supergirl returning to Earth for the rumbles of a big threat. We then have Constantine number 2. So he's doing this thing, and then he gets stuck with a child. Oh no. But it won't be an annoying child. Maybe a bit like, how does she say? Omega? I was trying to do, she says
Omega?
Omega, yeah, something like that. And then they are dragged to hell by the villain Nurgle. That sounds like a
yeah, I know. I think I know who you're talking about.
It's either Gal or
I think it's girl.
Gal. Nurgle. It's, you get it.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
So he starts. He's crazy, and Constantine has to protect the little girl, but he's being attacked by demons and stuff. And then, wait, give me 1 second. You know what? And just so you know, I guess I'll edit this one.
Okay.
Because mine.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. He's working for a man called the Family Man, and then he, I believe, sent himself or sent like his daughter to hell to save himself, and he's a bad dude. That's the point. And so yeah, Constantine is kind of like a snarky a-hole, and so being that he's paired with a little child, it should give him some character development.
Exactly.
And in this universe, Star Wars hasn't done 12 stories where the main character teams up with a child.
Yeah.
So that's this multiverse. And then the multiverse also continues to break with this. And Constantine at the post-credit scene will meet the Elseworlds Wonder Woman from episode 3 of Elseworlds. And that is part number 4. Kept this pretty brisk, actually. So yeah, exciting. The multiverse is starting to break, and there's a mystery figure that's been set up alongside our characters getting new challenges. So this was kind of fun. I mean, this is like almost a completely different story. We obviously started with like Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, but now we're like Dr. Fate, Constantine, Booster Gold, Shazam. I guess a lot more like fantastical characters.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited for the next episode. I really like this next slate. If you will.
Rewrite?
What?
Is that the one you rewrote?
I rewrote all of it. But, I'm particularly excited for this. Especially one in particular. But that's the video. We hope you enjoyed. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at reboredpodcast. Check out the podcast anywhere with some podcasts at reboredpodcast. Like, subscribe, stick around here for exclusive videos like this. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.